It's Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's still Tuesday.
Still Tuesday.
It's still Tuesday night dinner. I made something different for dinner. I actually posted photos over on my Instagram. It's, you know, I've always made a 7-layer taco dip, and this is very similar, except it's got a lot more hot stuff in it. Almost like a nacho, like Big Daddy's making.
Good, man.
Or you can make it into a taco, like Nina's eating. And really all it is it's taco meat, and then I made, I put a layer of homemade refried beans on top of that. And then I made that, what do you call that, honey, with the Rotel tomatoes with the Velveeta cheese? Mm-hmm. What do you call that?
Just a Rotel cheese dip.
Rotel cheese dip. It's pretty easy. All you do is melt a block of Velveeta cheese with Rotel. I used the mild because, you know, we have little ones. So I melted that, made that, and put that on top of the refried beans. Then I did a layer of, Spanish rice would have been good in this. Like a layer of Spanish rice. I would have put a whole layer of sour cream, but the kids don't like it, so I left that out, but you could put a layer of sour cream. Oh. And then all I did was put on top of the Velveeta and Rotel mixture, I put a layer of shredded cheese, cheddar cheese, and then I put a layer of lettuce. And then, oh wait, and then I added onions. I added onions under the lettuce, then lettuce, then tomato. But you know what? You could put whatever you wanted on it. It's just gonna end up looking like that anyway.
And the Velveeta cheese is what makes it, because the Velveeta cheese is thicker, and when it melts, it's like it binds everything together. And
then we're serving it, of course, with sour cream for those who want it, which is just me and Matt. And then fresh cilantro salsa that you can drizzle on top of it. And that's it. And you can put it on a hard shell. I figured you could put it on soft shell. You can put it on nachos, which is how the boys are having it. I think Mason is having it with, are you having it with taco chips? I think he's having it with taco chips.
He's having it in a soft shell.
So that's it. But I made a mess. And this video really is going to turn into how to wash your cast iron pans, because I've been promising you guys a video on that. And since I made refried beans and cheese and taco meat, well, I made the cheese and the taco meat in the same pan, it's pretty messy. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean cast iron as soon as dinner is over. But until then, I'm going to eat, and I will see you back here in a second. It is time to clean some cast iron. Now, you guys have number 3, and now I have my furnace running, and I have the dishwasher running, and it's just going to be noisy, and I'm sorry, you guys. So, we are cleaning cast iron. I know many of you have asked me to do a video on this. So I thought I would do one tonight with you guys because I made that Mexican dinner, and there is nothing more messy than stuck on cheese. I also made beef in this very same pan, and I also have a bean pan over here, which I'll just grab over here. Now, as many of you know, I've switched to cast iron, and I pretty much use it now almost exclusively, minus some stainless steel pots that I still make some things in, but for the most part, if I can make it in my cast iron pans, I do. I love it, and they're so easy. And I know some of you have told me you're intimidated by yours, or you're not sure how to wash it, so you don't use them. So I just wanted to show you guys how easy it is to use these and to wash them up, because I think washing them and caring for them is the scariest part, and really guys, it's super, super easy. Now, the key and the trick to really having this be an easy, simple wash is to wash it when your pan is still warm, okay? If you wash your pan when it's still warm, it will pretty much clean itself. I kid you not. Now, I didn't do that. I let it cool. In fact, it's 8 o'clock at night. I let these sit for about 2 hours now. I just wanted to show you that even when it's completely cold, you guys can still wash this easily, okay? So, let's wash some pans. Now, the trick to cast iron, let me explain this. I know many of you have said, oh, I don't like it because you don't use soap. No, you don't use soap, but you don't need to use soap, okay? Because if you have a good seasoning, the stuff is going to wash right off anyway. You do need, however, a scraper. Now this scraper is made by Lodge. I don't know if that will pick up or not in the print there, but this is made by Lodge. I think I bought this at Gander Mountain. I think you can get it in any place like that. Also a good stiff scrub brush. This I think we get at Dollar General, and I think I just got this one in a double pack at Walmart. Super cheap, easy to find. You just want a good stiff brush. So if you have a really stubborn stain, you can use salt. Sometimes I will use a kosher salt to wash my pan, but most times you don't need that. You just need really warm water. So even if your pan has cooled down, you can pretty much warm it up using some pretty hot water here. And then I just use, you know, a dish rag. So what I'm doing now is I'm just adding some hot water in here. And this is just gonna help warm up the pan, loosen the cheese. I figured there's nothing worse to wash off of this pan than burnt on cheese, okay? So, now because I have a lot of, you know, thick food on here, I'm gonna take my scraper and I'm just gonna kind of scrape it off. Now, what I love about the scraper from Lodge is that it won't scrape. You know, you don't want to dig at it. You don't want to scrape it too much. But just the surface scrape, it'll come right off when you heat up this pan. And it's nice because it doesn't scrape the seasoning off. You know, when you start building up your seasoning, your pan will get shiny black and beautiful, and it will almost be pretty non-stick, to be honest. So you just want to go ahead and scrape any of the sticky stuff off. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. Let's see if I can zoom you in here a little bit. Then I just take my rag here, go around your pan. Now, like I said, I picked this meal to do this with because this is probably one of the worst, messiest, you know, meals you can have because of the cheese sticking. I'm going to take my stiff brush. Starting to really heat up now because cast iron, you know, retains the heat. So once it starts to heat up, it actually becomes very easy to clean. I think that might be the issue that some people might have, is that they're trying to wash their pan when their pan is cold. So if you can wash it right after dinner, that's the best time. But if not, you know, just warm up your pan using hot water in the stove here, just like I did. Alright, and we are getting there here. Alright, so I'm going to keep that out so I can see inside of my pan and make sure everything is cleaned out. Okay. Now, you see that? Completely clean. Now, I'm going to set this aside. I'll make sure I just rinse the bottom here. Make sure. Little piece of cheese here. Now I'm going to just set this aside over here. I'm going to show you what to do next after that. But let's get this refried beans out of here. Okay. Just heat up your pan. And you can see now with refried beans, you guys are seeing that it's basically just melting off the pan. It's just melting off the sides. Look at that. Just with water. You see that? Just with water. Okay? I don't even need a scrub brush for this. Just take your cloth and clean it out. See that? Completely clean. Super easy, you guys. I mean, I find cleaning cast iron easier than cleaning any other pot or pan, I should say, that I've ever owned. Alright, so now we have two completely clean pans here. Of course, I have to clean my dirty sink now, but I've got a little bit of, I've got a little bit of cheese left. See right there? Little spot got away from me. Hold on. Just hit this with, and it'll come right off. Look at that. Comes right off. When you have a well-seasoned cast iron pan, it literally just, everything just kind of glides right off. Now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to flip you guys around here, alright, and with a clean towel, I'm actually going to get a new one because this one's a little wet. Clean, dry towel. You want to make sure that your towel is really dry. I always start with my handle, and then start with the inside of your pan here. Alright. You want to dry it completely. Handle and all. And I flip it. And I try the underside. And I flip it. Now, the key to making sure that this won't rust on you, where are you? There you go. Is I'm going to put it on my stove. Okay, so I have it on my stove. Now, on the camera, it looks like it's rusty. It's really not though. I'm putting this on low heat, and I'm just going to let this warm up for about 2 minutes. Now, you can seal and reseal your cast iron using, I like to use lard, but I'm out of lard right now, so I'm going to be using Crisco. Just good old-fashioned Crisco. I keep it at the bottom of my pantry for exactly this, because I really like it on my cast iron as well. So what you want to do is you want to heat this on low so that you get the pores nice and dry, and it'll heat up your pan here beautifully. And while that happens, I'm going to go ahead and try this cast iron pan over here, and I'm going to get it on the other burner, and I'm going to get that turned on and set to low, and that way I can do both of these pans. Okay, so now once all of that is nice and heated and nice and warm, you're going to just shut off the burner. And very little, you don't need a whole lot of Crisco. I don't know if that's showing up, but you don't need a whole lot, okay? And you're just going to go ahead. If you see white in your pan, you're using too much, okay? You don't want to see any white. And you basically are going to take it and you want to kind of rub it in. It's almost like a lotion. Like when you put lotion on your hands and you rub it in. You can do your handle if you need to. You can do the outer part, the underneath part. I don't usually find that I need to do that. I usually find that just doing a good coat in the pan is all I need. It's not sticky, it's not icky. We have little pieces of the napkin. You can just wipe it out with a towel. I hate using paper napkins. And that is it. You see that? Beautiful. Beautiful and seasoned and ready to go. Napkin. Get a nice coat on there. And then you just let these cool. You know, they're not heated to where they're super hot or anything like that. Just nice and warmed up. I'll take my towel. I want to just kind of buff it in. And that's how I do it. Now, you know, this is what's been working for me. There might be some cast iron experts out there that do it differently. But this is what has been working for me. And I think I've been doing this now. I've been using the cast iron now for quite a while. I almost want to say, I don't know how long. It's been a while. But I absolutely love them. And as you see, they're not greasy. They're not slimy. They're not wet. They're beautiful. They're not sticky. My pans aren't sticky at all. They're beautiful. And you can fry an egg in this and it doesn't stick. It's fantastic. I love my cast iron. I cannot say enough about my cast iron. And now I'm just going to let these just kind of sit out and hang out on my stovetop until they're completely cool. And then they'll go back in the cabinet. Stove needs to be washed down and all that fun stuff. So now we get to do that so that I can have a clean kitchen at night. But I hope this this video was helpful to you guys, especially those who are intimidated by cast iron. I want you just to see how beautiful they are and how wonderful they are. My food tastes so much better cooking in cast iron. You know, when people used to say that to me before I started using it, I was like, how can food taste better? But I'm telling you guys, it really, really does. Of course, my camera shuts off and I have no idea where I left off. But my advice is, if you're new to cast iron, stick with it until you learn the learning curve on it. I guarantee you're going to absolutely love it. I don't know anyone who uses cast iron that doesn't love it. In fact, I now use a cast iron bread pan for my meatloaf, and when I make you guys the meatloaf recipe later on this week, I'll be baking it in cast iron because meatloaf just comes out fantastic in cast iron. I love it. So I hope this inspires you guys to give it a try and not be intimidated by it. Use it, use it, use it. The more you use cast iron, the better it gets. The more seasoning builds up on it, and the easier it becomes to clean. It basically cleans itself with hot water. So, all right, guys, if you have any questions for me, comment down below. I will try to help you. And if I don't know the answers, I can at least aim you in the direction of somebody who might have the answers for you. But I really hope you guys give this a try because cast iron is fantastic. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't say it enough. I don't know anyone who uses cast iron that doesn't love it. So I hope this helps. All right, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.